Hello friend. Most Linux beginners waste weeks and sometimes even months on the wrong distribution and end up hating Linux for all the wrong reasons. Though here is the secret. There are actually two types of Linux systems, and picking the wrong one means endless frustration. But if you get it right, Linux becomes a joy to use. Yes, you heard that right. Because what most of the beginners do is they research online and everywhere they are recommended with options like Linux Mint, Manjaro, and so on. But nowadays, apart from the traditional Linux, there exists a second kind called immutable Linux distribution, and they are rarely considered as beginner friendly options. So, in today's video, I will break down the concept of mutable and immutable Linux in an easy layman's term, so that by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one to choose. So, without further ado, let's begin. If you go by the dictionary, the word mutable means capable, susceptible, or prone to change or mutation. And similarly, immutable means not capable, susceptible, or prone to change or mutation. Therefore, almost all popular and classic Linux distros like Ubuntu, Fedora Workstation, Arch, Linux Mint, Manjaro, etc. are examples of mutable Linux distributions, meaning their whole system is open for modification. The root file system is writable, meaning users can freely change or modify the system files, install or remove packages through various kinds of package managers, and customize almost everything. Updates in a mutable system happens package by package through system-specific package managers like apt, dnf, or pacman, giving users huge amount of flexibility. On the other hand, immutable distros are a newer approach. They are special versions of Linux where the core system is just read-only, meaning users cannot directly change or modify the root system files, making the operating system even more secure, stable, and reliable than traditional ones. With the help of containerization, immutable distros isolate every programs from the core system and even each other. So even if you do end up getting bad, corrupted, or infected application, it cannot touch the underlying system. In an immutable system, updates are done as atomic upgrades, meaning everything in the system updates at once during the reboot, and if something fails, then the system rollbacks to its previous working state. Software installation usually happens in a containerized method through universal package managers like Flatpak, AppImage, or Snap rather than the traditional package managers. Fedora Silverblue, Vanilla OS, Nitrix OS, Bazzite OS, and the newly built GNOME OS are some best examples of immutable distributions. By the way, if you are learning something new, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and ensure you do not miss future Linux deep dives. To be honest, after using and testing both types of Linux distribution, I have come to the conclusion that there is no wrong choice, just wrong expectations. Mutable distros gives you endless flexibility, but with great power and flexibility comes great responsibilities. You have to maintain your system regularly and properly. Otherwise, there will be a risk of breakage. Conflicting packages and dependencies can indeed break your system, but in correct hands, they are incomparable. So, if you too falls in that category of users who want access to widest range of softwares, drivers, themes and tweaks, if you do not mind troubleshooting or fixing issues when something breaks, then you should go with a traditional mutable distro. If you love experimenting, customizing and editing system files, if you need total control over your system dependencies, packages and system configurations, then mutable distros are just for you. Whereas, if you are a beginner to Linux who want to play it safe and does not like spending times in wiki pages or system troubleshooting, then it is better to go with an immutable distro. If you are not into system customization, modification, you only rely on Flatpak, Snap or AppImage for your software needs and also want a set it then forget it Linux distro, with maximum stability and fewer chances of breaking, then immutable distros are for you. The future is moving towards immutable distros, but mutable distributions will always remain the backbone of Linux ecosystem. Now you tell me which side you are on. Are you team mutable or team immutable? Comment your thoughts below, and if you are still not sure which distro to pick, then check out my distro finder guide, which helped over 9,000 people pick their perfect Linux distro. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.